Everyone, how you doing? This is the Cyber Behike Sana Cody. Hope everyone's well. Just gonna wait a couple of minutes. This is the Taino Fun House, Taino Macabuca Bohio. I'd like to thank all you future watchers. Thank you for downloading the show. So I'm just gonna just wait a couple of minutes. So we'll play some music here. Just want to make sure I don't get copyrighted. This is my Wakan playing by yours truly. Once again, I'm just gonna wait a couple of more minutes. Maybe get some listeners if you're there, or I should say video watchers. If you're listening, thanks for I keep thinking I'm in Taino radio. If you're watching, thank you. Thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's a Taino Fun House. Cool place to be. Got a special announcement later. It's gonna be real cool. For all you from Borinquen, muchas gracias por estar aquí. Muchas veces no hablo español en este show, casi nunca, pero yo que hablar más español para mi gente en el Caribe, Quisqueya la Bella, Cuba. You know, I look at the statistics and I see folks that tune in from Borinquen, Quisqueya, and so on. Very cool. You know, one of my greatest loves in my Taino existence is the Maya Wakan. For a lot of people that don't know, the Maya Wakan is the wooden drum that our ancestors used to use. The wood was taken out from the middle, and we use fire. You hollow it out, and you have a different sounds. Now the Spaniards, the invaders, were very afraid of this drum because it was also a communication network between the drum, the Mayahuacan, and the conch shell. This is how they communicated among regions to make sure. Hey, how you doing? ABD, what's up? Alex says Sanati 1223I or 1. Also, and Corcher. Hello, everybody. Hey, there's some people that I recently I've been trying to look for, and I lost my old phone, which I had a WhatsApp, in which I had a lot of contacts from YouTube, and I lost that, and I lost the contact. So please, if you know who you are, please contact me at Taino Fun House at proton.net, or you can hit me up. Also, I have a new email, 1491power, 1491power at gmail.com. It's another email you can reach me at. There's some people that we were going to connect, was going to do some interviews, and I lost those contacts. If you want to be interviewed in the video stream, please let me know. You can write me at 1491power, POWER at gmail.com. I'll be doing some podcasts with some interviews. I'm switching it around here in Taino Radio. What I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on existence, present day existence of Taino identity. Hey, how you doing? Boogeyman 779. Thanks for coming. So I'm switching up the format here in Taino Fun House going forward. I'm gonna try to get as many interviews as possible, live interviews, radio interviews, video interviews. That's fire. 1491. That's right. 1491power at gmail.com. As we all know, 1491, that was the best year ever before the Spanish invasion. Hey, how you doing? So here's the thing, man. I know, and I know that you know, Taino culture, 1491 and beyond. We weren't a perfect culture because we were human beings. Human beings, we mess things up a lot. So I just want to say that right now. We were not a perfect culture. We were not a perfect people, but we were people that stuck together, tribal people, and that's what's missing now in society, that tribal way. So, all right. So I'm just gonna share some good news with you guys. If you want to be part of it, please do. There's a special book. It's called The Cave of the Jaguar by Antonio Arroyo Stevens. Recently, I've been doing a lot of research on that book once again. It was originally written in the 1980s, and the recent last copyright was 1999. Um, it's a book that is hard to get. If you want a copy of the book, just let me know. Once again, 1491power@gmail.com, and I'll send you a link where you can actually get it. Just gonna turn this off here. Um, it's a great book because Dr. Arroyo Stevens, he was the first one to actually take our creation stories, and he compared it with all the creation stories in the world, you know, especially in South America, Central America, Mexico, North America, the Greek, the Romans, you name it, and he decoded it. The Cave of the Jaguar, J-A, hold on, Jagua. Jaguar is the plant that grows outside of the caves in Borinquen. The flowers also produces a black ink. That's Jaguar. And this is where we get the sacred cave, Gasiba Jaguar. The cave of the Jaguar, Gasiba Jaguar. That's the translation. That's where our ancestors saw that original cave where we came out. So, so for those that are interested, this is the special announcement. I'm gonna have an ongoing weekly. That's right, an ongoing weekly Zoom, and we're gonna dissect that book, The Cave of the Jaguar. Okay. Now, a lot of people don't like the author because he was a Roman Catholic priest, and a lot of people thinks he pushes his Catholic agenda. But I just want to tell you right now, it's not the case. He's very professional in this book, and he breaks it all down, which is amazing. And it's one of those iconic books that has withstand the test of time, from the 80s to the 90s, 2000, now 2020s. It's a great book. So I want to open up my space in the cyber world of Taino Fun House. And if you're really interested in being participating in this class, a sharing class, please. First thing you need to do is send me your name at 1491power@gmail.com, and I want to let you know the time, and we could, little by little. The class will probably be like an hour. I'll give plenty of homework, and this is one good way that we can take what the Spanish wrote, right, and we can dissect it through a professional lens of Dr. Antonio Arroyo Stevens. I met him personally. I asked him some questions. Uh, it's an amazing book. I'm telling you, it's out of control for those that are really interested. Yes, please email me. I can't see. I am called Quarter. Yeah, all right, man. Just do that. That's great. And if you want to show your identity, you can show your identity in Zoom. If not, you can always, in Zoom you can block your face, whatever. But it's important that we, as the modern Taino people, we look back and we look at what was left behind, and we can decipher it and take what is needed for us in 2026. It's so important because we evolve as a Taino people. And this is what a lot of people don't understand. in the non-Taino world, and even in the Taino world, we're people that evolve. We're an indigenous people with admixture of, say, African, Spanish, Portuguese, Jewish. There's a lot of stuff that's mixed in our DNA if you're from the islands. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. The root is indigenous. Like there's an old Cuban saying that says, when you look at the forest, all the trees look different, but when you look at the roots, they all look the same. So I don't want to alienate people who identify, say, as Afro Taino, or say they identify more with the African. Even the Spanish, a lot of people I know they identify more with the Hispanic culture, but yet they recognize they're indigenous. Uh, they might practice Catholicism, the Islam, Buddhism. It really doesn't matter because those are personal preferences that you've chosen in your life. And that's all right because Taino is not a religion, it's an ethnicity. It's our bloodline, it's an ethnicity. And I it's who you are. It's who you are. And you know it. It's something that you really can't explain really, but you know it that you can identify as Taino. I identify with Taino. That's beautiful. The root is the golden. That's right. It's a golden ticket. That's right. Awesome. So I identify with the Taino ancestors primero. That's it, man. See, it's something you can't explain, but it's something that's in you. And then when you meet other Taino people, when you read certain things, when you go to the island, eat the food, there's a shift that occurs that affirms who you are. Okay, doesn't make you who you are. It just confirms. You know, and this is who we are. This is who we are as Taino people. I spent a lot of time in Nahuatl in Puerto Rico, and I met with a lot of the elders, and they don't even say Taino; they say Nahuaqueño. You know, and but it still expresses an indigenous root, an indigenous identity, and that's all right. I know a lot of people don't like the word Taino. Um, I personally like it because when I started reading the Cave of the Jaguar, and I started reading a lot of other articles in the '80s, I realized that name stuck to me. It just spoke to me, and I have a lot of how can I put this? I have a lot of affection towards the name. A lot of it is nostalgia, is emotions, but that's all right. But I know a lot of other tribes like the Crow. That's not their name, but they embrace it. So sometimes Um, life isn't perfect, and you just have to do what feeds your soul, man. Oh, you like it too? That's awesome, man. Yeah, I look forward to your email 1491power@gmail.com for all you are watching in the future. We're gonna have a weekly class, and we're gonna dissect the Cave of the Hawa. Sometimes, if you go on eBay, if you're lucky, you can get a copy of it. Sometimes it goes up to $200. The last I looked, but let me know, and I'll give you a copy of a copy of a copy. But it's still the Cave of Agua, and it's for studying. It's not for profit. Those indios are sacred and remembered. That's right. And you got the Puerto Rican flag there. That's right. It's, just think about this. Think of your mother, think of your father, think of your grandparents, think of your great grandparents, your great, right? Let's go back 500 years. Let's go to the 1500s. Let's go to the 1400s. Let's go to the 1300s, 1200s, 1100. Let's go to 900, in which Taino culture blew up, as we know as Taino, the language, the pottery, the agriculture, the spirituality. Man, we have it's in our DNA. We're part of that ancestry, and guess what? It's still evolving. It's still evolving. Puerto Rican all day. My grandmother is a true Puerto Rican from Aguas Buenas. Yo, I got a good story about Agua Buenas. I rented a car from San Juan, and I used the GPS to get to a Bayamon. I was gonna pick some people up from Anahuaque community, and I used the GPS, and I ended up in Agua Buenas. It was a route. It's through the forest. It's one of the most beautiful forests on the island through Agua Buenas. It's like you go into prehistoric times. You're looking for a dinosaur to show up. And then I remember when I left, I remember getting out the car and looking at the beauty of it, the trees, and so I'm looking for a T-Rex. And then and when I ended up with my friends, I told them my experience, and they were like, "What? What?" And I told them the exact route, and I forget the route. I think it's Route 2 or something. It goes through Agua Buenas. Yo, this is where they kill people. This is where they kill people. It's so remote. There's a lot of murder cases on that area. Now, I don't want to scare people, but it's very important that you use caution when you go to the campo, when you go to those isolated places. Um, no lie, I've been there twice again, but I didn't stop this time. But there is some fear among the local people that sometimes, there's homicides on those roads, and that's Agua Buenas. But I still say it's beautiful. When I pass there, I pray for the people if they were murdered. But it's like anything. We live in a hostile world, and there's a lot of greed and there's a lot of fear, and these homicides is just out of control. Yup, she was from the campo. That's great, man. From the campo. That's right. Your abuela, grandma, abuela. You know, and you speak to abuelas, they'll tell you those stories, man, about el indio. And there's always one bisabuela or bisabuelo that they chew that tobacco or they smoke that cigar and they honor the relatives. I'm telling you, that's Taino culture. That's Taino culture. Now, in Cave of the Hagua, he talks about certain practices that are still practiced by Catholics and rural Jibaro communities that's rooted in the Taino culture. So I can't wait to review that with you. Yep, she was on the campo. That's right. The campo's the best. But you got to respect the campo right now, 2026. There's a lot of crime, but there's also a lot of good things going on in the islands, like anywhere, right? In New York City, where I live, you have to be careful. So if you travel out there by yourself, be very careful. Um, so yeah. Also, I have another announcement to make. In Sidra, Puerto Rico, Sidra, Borinquen, there is a place called El Cerro del Bojique. Now, this area is presently owned by Juan Gonzalez, as you might have seen in an old video. Um, Juan Gonzalez comes from that Jibaro tradition, and he's the caretaker of the land of Cerro de Bejique. Is registered in Puerto Rico, the government, as a landmark, is protected. Why? Because around 600 Common Era, a community was formed on that land. Actually, there were 4 points. But the Cerro de Bojigue was specifically through archaeological investigation. It was an area where the Bejiques, the medicine men and women, used to practice the medicine. It was what I consider like a hospital where people will climb that mountain, and this is where they'll get their sacred healing. What I call the Guanada, right? A place apart, a place separated from everyone else. And man, there's wonderful stuff going on. So the announcement is, please, if you're serious, if you're super serious about connecting to the land, connecting to the spirituality, please email me at 1491 power, POWER, at gmail.com. I'm setting up some trips every 4 months. I'm setting up some trips. We're going to try to avoid the hurricane season, but going forward, I'm looking to set up some. The first one is going to be around the fall. Oh man, hopefully after the I would say, let's put it like this: November, which is normally after the hurricane season. I'm I'm gonna do some ceremonies there, some Guanara ceremonies on the land. And so please hit me up. Um, I'm not charging any money, but I don't want money to be an obstacle for people. We're gonna try to work something out where I'm gonna try to get a campsite so we can live, we can live for that short moment off the land, and we can really feel the spirits of the land, the ancestors. So this is something that I want to offer it to the community, the Taino community. I know this is the cyber world, but it's important that if you want to connect, I want to help you connect. As the cyber Behike, also as a Behike and one of the Yukayekes here in America, the diaspora, Arayeke, Yukayek, I want to offer this service to you. And also, I want to mention that Taino Fun House is not considered a Yukayeke, but it's a cyber village. It's where we can all get together, at least through the cyber world, but also an opportunity to get together in person. So Sidra, Puerto Rico, Sidra, Borinquen. If you're really serious, please write me. We're gonna try to get you over there. It's gonna be around November before the holidays, and we have Behike, Cesar, also back at San Lorenzo. We got some great stuff. Got some people from Nahuaque region. They're gonna come out. So if you're really looking for an experience connected to the land and ceremonies, please come on out. Please come on. Let me know. Um, this is not a money grab or anything. This is, if if finances is an issue for you wherever you live, because I know a lot of people might live, say, California, and going down to the Caribbean it's going to cost some money, but let's work it out. Just let me know. Okay, so that's two announcements. One, the Cave of the Hagua in the book weekly classes, and I'm gonna put a posting in the community board, and I'm gonna do a short video so you can write me. And also planning a trip in November to Borinquen. Also, there's an opportunity also in the future, probably in the new year, in 2027, to go to Quisqueya. Okay, so for all you Quisqueyano Taino out there, we're gonna go to Quisqueya as well. There's an area where we're gonna do ceremony as well. There's wonderful Tainos out in Quisqueya. It's amazing. So right now there's two opportunities in Borinquen and Quisqueya. Okay, so it's very very important to connect to the land, back to the land. Now you might live in the diaspora. If you live in Borinquen or Quisqueya, man, you're ahead of the game. But for those in the diaspora, we're gonna try to bring you home. Okay, so that's two announcements. The third one, I just want to say, just in a little short review, this past Sunday we did an arreto, a closing ceremony at uh, at Yale Peabody Museum. This is a major institution in New Haven that recognize that the Taino is a real living, breathing indigenous community. And what they did was they opened their vaults. The late great Dr. Rouse, Dr. Irwin Rouse, has a collection but now Yale has it, a collection of semis and so on. So we had the opportunity recently this past year to pick some of these sacred items so it can be on display. And why we put it in an exhibit at Yale? Because the goal was to help the Taino community reconnect with these sacred objects. And man, we had got nothing but positivity. Oh, the Herito was fabulous. Oh, thank you. Were you there, or you just commented on the video? But yeah, so so here's the thing. The Yale community opened their doors to Smithsonian. Actually, here in New York, they opened they're ones that, oh yeah, the video. All right. So so the Smithsonian, one of the main curator, one of the main curators, Christina Gonzalez, she did an amazing job. It's the Smithsonian with many others. So it's traveling. That exhibit is traveling. So Yale accepted the traveling Taino exhibit called Taino Vive. And what happened was they opened up their collection. So myself as Bejique and Stephanie Bailey, who is the cacique of Arayeke Yukayek, we were able to study these sacred beings, these sacred objects, and we were able to dissect it, uh, do a lot of great things in trying to educate the public. So a year later, the exhibit is finally over. It was over 6 months. We had great feedback. A lot of people did say to the staff. I was even speaking to Nano, who's one of the security guards, Boricua. He said it was amazing how the people were reacting to the exhibit, how they were connected to the semis. And I don't know if you're watching this, you're a great man, you're a great warrior. What you did, trying to bring people to the exhibit as a security guard. It's funny because the exhibit is not too far from the dinosaur exhibit. So they think we don't exist. I'm telling you, there's people that say we don't exist, but we're here. And don't be afraid. I'm telling you, do not be afraid. Our skin may look different now than 1491. Our clothing may look different. Our hairstyles might look different. But guess what didn't change? The spirit, man. The spirit didn't change. We know who we are. We know who we are. So I'm here to help you. If you want to play music, the maraca, the mayahuacan, the guido. I'm not great with the language, but ceremony is the key for me. So if you want to come to Sidra, Borinquen, also Quisqueya next year, we're going to hook it up. So those are my announcements tonight I wanted to share with you. I'm flying high with this exhibit, the Borinquen exhibit, and man, I'm just like super hyped because we as Taino are still here. Okay, so thank you all for watching this. Put a little like, and I want to put a follow-up video mentioning about the class and the new email. And let's get this rolling little by little. It's a marathon, it's not a sprint. So guys, thank you all, and I hope to see you all in the Zoom future Zoom sessions, so we can really dissect the creation stories, our scriptures, if you like using that term, or our sacred stories that were handed down. So we're gonna learn who handed this down to us. All right, guys. Bo Watukan, many blessings. Hey, wait a minute. I had a little surprise for you. I almost forgot. Hold on a second. Got my little Maya Wakan here. Atavera gua gua bibi gua guarababa. Atavera gua gua bibi gua guarababa. Atavera gua gua bibi gua guarabibi. Atavera gua subimako. Ataveragua, Tuimaco. This is a song written by Edwin Cedeno, the late great musician, my teacher, Edwin Cedeno. It's the Atabe song. Atabe is our mother. We are her children, and she gives us blessings. Ataveragua, gua bibi gua, guarababa. Ataveragua. Ataveragua Suimako. Ataveragua Suimako. All right, guys. God bless you all. May Atabe bless you, our sacred mother. May Yokahu nourish you, her son. And let's get this done. We are Taino. We are indigenous, Caribeño. Peace out.